I love it, dude. I love it when the fact that I switch to a different tab, it automatically starts playing a video, even though it's like not YouTube. So, that's a fun time in my life. But anyways, welcome to the podcast, everyone. It us. It multimedia
Hola!
madness. I'm Jayden, and I'm with Davis today. So we've got some good topics for you guys. Unfortunately, we couldn't get anything to work last week because
and the week before that,
Discord was not working well with us. So we decided to boycott Discord for the one-on-one podcast recordings, and we decided to opt for Facebook Messenger. And so far, in like the 15-20 minutes that we've been chatting, it's worked flawlessly. No glitches, none of that. So Discord, fix your shit, if I do say so myself, pushes up glasses. But anyways, we got some good news. So I'm going to start off with my gaming news. We're going to go into Sonic the Hedgehog, the movie discussion, everything that's been going on. We're going to watch Terminator, The Dark Fates trailer as the first thing. And then we're going to finally wrap it up with Game of Thrones because Season 8 ended last Sunday, if I'm to believe correctly. Yep. And there's quite a bit to be discussed about that. So
Season 8 was been an issue, we'll say.
Exactly, yeah. So here, first things first, we're gonna move to some of the cooler news for gaming wise. So here we have, I'm gonna post this right now. I'm gonna show this right now. So Treyarch will reportedly develop 2020 Call of Duty title over Sledgehammer Games and Raven Software. So what that means basically is the Call of Duties have had a rotation of different developers going through their games. So the three big ones are Infinity Ward, Treyarch, and Sledgehammer Games. So Infinity Ward made Modern Warfare. Treyarch made the Black Ops series.
The Black Ops, yeah.
Yeah, and Sledgehammer made like Advanced Warfare and Infinite Warfare and shit like that. So
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I didn't know there was 3. I knew there was 2. I didn't know there was 3.
Yeah, so there was 3. So unfortunately for Sledgehammer, they just got hit with a huge bombshell and they were saying, yeah, no, we don't want you to, we're not doing you guys anymore. You guys are not making these games anymore. We're going to pass it off to Treyarch, which means Black Ops 5 has reportedly been confirmed, and this year will be Modern Warfare, if I'm to believe correctly. I don't think it'll be Modern Warfare 4. I think it's just called Modern Warfare. So that's huge news, considering that Sledgehammer got dropped. So
even though there's Modern Warfare, what? So they're calling it Modern Warfare again Modern Warfare, even though Modern Warfare got revamped when the PS4 came out.
Yeah, so according to this article, which I'll pull up right
Xbox,
now.
I guess.
Yeah, so pulling up this article, here we have the next Call of Duty is called Modern Warfare. Yep, really. And then if we look at that awesome ad on the side. But yeah, so yeah, it is definitely called Modern Warfare. I don't know why, it just is. So
they're going the route of Xbox. Not Xbox 1, 2, 3. Xbox One is the newest version, doing the same thing.
Yeah, it went Xbox original, Xbox 360, Xbox 360S. Then it went Xbox One, Xbox One S, Xbox One X. And now it's going with the Xbox 2 or whatever it's called. I don't even know if that's the official name. But anyways, so that's a small little thing that's pretty exciting. So what that means is they're getting rid of, in my opinion and most Call of Duty fans' opinion, the shitty Call of Duty games. Infinite Warfare and Advanced Warfare were my least favorite Call of Duties of all time. Black Ops 3, easily my favorite Call of Duty. I've put so many hours into that game. I'm 100%ing it this summer, guaranteed.
MW2.
And W2, it was the best Infinity Ward game, I will say that.
Yeah.
I 100%ed that game. That game was a lot of fun. So, yeah, it's going to be cool. I'm glad to see that they're doing that, but what that also means is that these games will have a year less of polish and finish to their games. So they're putting one out every 2 years, which is a pretty big deal.
They're normally every 3?
Yeah, because it would rotate. So it would be like Infinity Ward, Treyarch, Sledgehammer. Infinity Ward, Treyarch, Sledgehammer.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So now they have one less year of polish, but we'll see how that plays out. I'm hoping that plays out super well. But anyways, we're gonna move on to the next part. So for this article, I thought it was pretty cool. I just researched this. GOP senator announces bill to ban manipulative video game design. So manipulative video game design essentially is basically they're forcing kids to buy loot boxes and spend money on the game with harsh business practices. So like you can only progress further if you spend money. You will get more power if you spend money. Now this has been a debate for like years and years now, and it's like microtransactions like they seeped in like 2012. Hell, I'm even still spending money on microtransactions for like Hearthstone because I absolutely love the game. But for some games, it's completely ridiculous. Like, they ruined Star Wars Battlefront 2 because they were like...
I was going to say, that was the big one where...
The main example. And what... I honestly don't think that's the worst one. What I think the worst one is fucking... what is it? The FIFA games. Like, any sport game whatsoever. That's the one.
EA Sports. Yeah. You need the money.
Yeah, exactly. EA Sports. So, apparently you need... the money to buy these characters. God knows why. Like, and apparently you need money to customize jerseys? Hello? Customize characters? That shit's been a staple since like the beginning of time.
I remember the first time I did a customized character, especially so I know there were sometimes you'd have a customized character where it'd be you'd customize in your gameplay, you'd have your customized character, and then in the cutscene, it would go to whatever the generic was. But I remember in Tony Hawk, like Pro Skater Underground or Pro Skater 2, something like that. Back in the early 2000s with the PS2, you can do a customized character, and it would actually show up in the cutscene.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
That's back in PS2. What is going on?
What? Oh, yeah. Don't worry. Sorry. For those that don't know, like, we have a video chat going on. I just really don't want to show my face because it's greasy and disgusting. So I was like, I'll put the webcam down, completely forgetting that Davis can still see my face. But anyways, continue, Davis.
But, no, so, like, and that was just part of the game. So now they're making you pay money to create a custom, like, Jesus Christ, people are so stingy. That's ridiculous.
People are so greedy, and these companies are worse. Like, EA is the, like, biggest piece of shit ever. But we'll get more into EA after, because I have a little bit more to discuss later on.
Okay, fair enough.
So we're going to move on to the next topic. So Sony and Microsoft, let me pull this up real quick, team up on cloud-based gaming and entertainment. Now, this is huge. This is humongous. And what this basically says is they say, oh yeah, we're going to be working together for stuff for support gaming and content streaming. So what I'm hoping this means, so this is my personal thoughts. I don't know anything about this. Everyone is speculating that cross-play is coming in the future. That's one big hope, because I would love to play with my PS4 brethren, to play with my Switch brethren on certain games. So that would be super cool. But what I'm also hoping for, because everything is becoming to the digital age, what I'm hoping is that you buy one copy of the game, you can play it anywhere. So let's say you buy Call of Duty Modern Warfare. You buy it for PS4. Suddenly, your PS4 shits out. Now you only have an Xbox, and you're like, well, I only have this one game. I really wanted to play Call of Duty Modern Warfare. What am I going to do? Imagine that one copy becomes two, basically. You transfer that.
They would only work if it's a download, I think. Like, you would have to have it downloaded onto, like, an external hard drive or something. Because, like, when you buy a game online for PS4, for example, you download it onto the system itself, so you would have to like be able to transfer it onto like an external hard drive, because you obviously couldn't buy the disc because it's a different disc reader. But they're going out of discs anyway, so I could see that possibly happening if they're gonna eventually start to play nice.
They're starting to play nice because they have seen what the Google Stadia is. Do you know what the Google Stadia is?
I've heard of it. It's
so for those
like Google's new system, right?
Yeah, the new streaming software. So basically, it's you pick up. Let's say you're playing let's say you're playing, what's a good story game? Let's say you're playing Ori and the Blind Forest because I beat
Oblivion.
that. Oblivion. Okay, I was gonna say Ori and the Blind Forest because I just beat that game. Beautiful game, by the way. 10 out of 10. But anyways, you're playing Ori and the Blind Forest. Say you get to the first like save point, and then you're like, your mom's like, "Hey, Davis, it's time to go. Davis, time to go."
Save your game.
Yeah. So you're playing on your Xbox, and then say you like are bringing your laptop with you. You can literally port that save to your PC and continue playing from there. So you don't have to restart. That's huge.
It'd be the same thing like watching Netflix. Like you can watch it on your phone, computer, tablet, smart TV, what have you, right? It'd be the same idea. It'd be downloading it to your account essentially, not to actually hard copy. That'd be.
So that shit's so exciting for me. So I'm excited to see what comes out for it, because if that's a possibility, like this might be the end of console wars. This might just become like streaming wars now. So it will no longer be who has the better hardware. It's like whose streaming service runs better.
Yeah, so, exactly. Instead of just the PC master race, as all the hardcore gamers always say.
Yeah. And I don't actually agree with PC Master Race. I find myself, as a casual, I play more on Xbox. So I just like Xbox more. I grew up on it. Yeah. But
I grew up on both 360 and PS3, but I don't have the money for more consoles. I'm not much of a gamer, so I have my PS4, and that's good enough for me.
That's good for you.
I'm definitely not upgrading to a PS5.
Yeah, dude, I was already thinking of getting an Xbox One X, but I'm going to be, my next paycheck, which comes in like 4 days, I'm buying the Razer Phone 2 because I need a new phone.
Ooh, fancy.
It was like $750 plus $130 for the wireless charger plus $80 for the case. That's about $1,000's worth.
$1,000?
Yeah, but considering the Pixel is like 1.2 whatever by itself, or with a wireless charger and then a case on top of that, like, might as well get the Razer Phone 2 because it's cheaper, it has warranty, and I already love it. Like, I already love the Razer Phone 1. I had it since, like, last year. It was a good time. It lasted a year and a half. I definitely want to get it again. But anyways, let's keep this show rolling. Next thing we have is called Minecraft Earth. Now, I don't know if you've seen any of this, but basically what this is Minecraft Pokemon Go. And
yeah, I've heard about that. Yeah, it's with augmented reality, right?
Yeah, so we have
like with your phone or whatever.
Yeah, so there is a trailer that you guys can watch. Like, I don't know if we want to watch it right now.
No, we'll just link it. We can link it below. How about that?
Yeah, so we'll have all the links below because I have them all in like a Word doc. So anyway, so basically what you're going to do is you're going to walk around, you're going to find all of these resources, and then you can build stuff and then go out in the world and place it. Now, this huge article goes into detail of a beta tester and all of their like experience with it, and this is honestly super cool. This is going to get kids outside the house exercising. You know, it's going to do what Pokemon Go did, but it might do it a little bit better. So it says no loot boxes, which is kind of a given considering Minecraft never really had loot boxes in the first place.
Okay.
Never really had too much for microtransactions, but
I've never played Minecraft.
Minecraft is a great game.
Just throwing that. I've seen people play it. I know what it is. I've just thrown that out there. I've never played it.
Yeah, but anyways, Minecraft is such a good game. I'm gonna beat it on my Xbox One this summer, guaranteed. Like, you have my word. I want to beat it on my Xbox 360 again because they're like all the achievements and stuff. Like, I'm going hard, dude. And there's like 2 or 3 different versions of Minecraft. But anyways, I'm getting ahead of myself. So what this basically is, and what this is saying to me is like, okay, we're going to basically take what Pokemon Go did and do it better. So here are some notes that I got from when I was reading the article. So it has no official launch date, but it will be a beta during the summertime, which is going to be super cool. I would love to be a part of the beta. So you can build stuff while sitting at home and deploying the real world. So that was kind of something we kind of just said already. But so far, it's occasionally buggy, which is totally understandable. It's still not even in beta. So, yeah, of course it's going to be buggy, right? They're still testing it. But here's what the game is actually about. So it's a new blend of Minecraft with creative and survival modes. So creative mode is you're indestructible, you can fly, you can go super fast, and you have unlimited blocks. It's just for the creator themselves.
Yeah.
And then you have survival, which is you have to kill animals for food, you have to grow crops for food, you have to mine materials, survive the night, stuff like that. But you're still
Isn't there zombies and stuff like that?
Yep, there will be zombies, Enderman, Creeper. Yeah. There's even a new pig in the game, which is like a muddy pig, which is super cool. Here's something cool that I found out about the game. So, like, we talked about finding resources and stuff, but let's say you find like a sheep. So, Davis, you're gonna be the good guy here. You're gonna be like, oh, this sheep is super cute. And let's say I'm the troll and I'm like, I'm gonna fucking kill this sheep. You could literally stand in front of it and say, no, you're not killing it, and I can't kill it. That's apparently one of the features. Will it work? Who the fuck knows? Is it cool? Hell yeah, it is.
Yeah, that's gonna be neat, because like Google is coming out with a lot of stuff that's with AI and everything now. Like AI is getting really advanced, but the only thing I don't like about those things, like other than the fact that I'm not a gamer, but whatever, is that it uses a lot of data and it uses a lot of battery power in your phone. So you have to have. That's the one kind of like drawback a little bit, I'd say, with anything like that, because especially if you're saying it's for kids, because that's the main audience for Minecraft. Parents are gonna be pissed. Kids going out playing their phone. Why is this $100 phone bill?
Yeah, but
download a game.
I will counter that argument with a few things. One of which is data plans. Data plans are becoming much more accessible. I know
that's true.
My friend, he was like, yeah, I have 8 gigs and I'm paying $50 a month, and I'm like, I'm paying $60 and I get 5. And like, usually that holds me over pretty well. But the new and the second point to that argument is phones are now having more dependable battery packs. So
true.
My phone right now could barely last. Well, it lasted pretty well today. It was at like 40%, and it lasted me from 8 o'clock in the morning till 4 o'clock in the afternoon, which
that's not bad.
An 8-hour window for 40%. That's pretty good. But considering I was barely using it for the most part, like things like the Razer phone to the Google Pixel, the Samsung like S10. The iPhone piece
10
of shit. The
X
iPhone POS Infinity, like all of these phones are gonna have like insane batteries. So I don't think that will be much of an issue.
Can you tell that we both like Android phones?
Yeah.
Not iPhone.
I like iPhones for the fact that it was like it's still revolutionary, but it's like it's so overpriced for what it does.
Oh, exactly.
They're so full of themselves. Like, did you see like the Apple Gold, like the Apple Watches when they first came out? It was like $700 for one, and like how much is it? Like Apple Watch Gold. It was like it had 24 karat gold on it. Right now it's selling for like $1,000, 1.2 grand, something like that. Like Casey Neistat made a video about it, but I can't remember how much it was when it first came out. It was like super ridiculous. But anyways, we're getting a little bit off topic.
Anyway, that's off topic, but still, it's like Yeah.
So here's the last few details about it that I've seen so far. It's like an RPG in the sense you have a leveling and experience system, and there's no PvP. But it's more focused because it's more focused on collaboration, but it still leaves room for people to troll in a way. So like
fair enough.
So
as long as people don't get banned with the trolling we were trying to discuss in previous episode.
Oh yeah. Like
What was it? A potato aim.
Yeah, exactly. So in the last episode we were talking about the new Xbox Code of Conduct, which labels what you can and can't say to people. You can no longer say you fucking suck. You have to say you have potato aim.
Yeah.
Get good.
Sorry, that was part of the episode that didn't get recorded.
Didn't get aired.
By the way.
That fucking 5 times we tried recording. But anyways.
Yeah. Sorry, I just had to throw that out there.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, absolutely. And then we have the last thing. Apparently the game director of Minecraft Earth, Torfi Olofsson, said this is an adaptation. This is not a direct translation of Minecraft, which is cool considering we both took transmedia. We both know what this means. Like, it's not the same thing going over and over and over and over and over again. We have the same concept, but in a brand new way, which might, and people are like, oh, well, I would rather do all of this and make a world by myself. It's like, cool, here's the original Minecraft. You can play it on your phone if you want, because there's also that. You can play it on your Xbox. You can play it anywhere. Like, legit.
This is a new version of, like, a revamped version of the same game.
Mm-hmm. So if any of you guys have stocks in Mojang, you're gonna either see them go really far up when this releases, or go way the fuck down if it like crashes. So I would stay tuned for that. That's gonna be a lot of fun. But we have two more things that I'd like to address. So the Apex Legends, the popular game that's basically dying out, it had a new patch just come into fruition. So it just came out. Basically, what it is it's performance, quality of life, bug fixes for PS4, PC, and basically throughout the game. So, one of the big ones was fix the passive ability for 2 characters. Where the fuck was that? That was supposed to be like 2 months ago, and now they're finally fixing it. Like, that's why this game is dead, is because they don't care enough to actually update it. They're like, oh, we want big updates that make big changes. No, they fucking don't. They're just lazy. And here's how I know why. They just addressed all of these little bugs and crashes and all this shit. They're like, oh yeah, we're so good, we're gonna fix it. Like, no, we're gonna fix it in one big swoop. No, you fix it little by little so it doesn't infuriate players and make them leave the game.
Is that what happened with is that what they do over at Fortnite? Like, is that why Fortnite's better? Or like, you know me. Anyway.
Yeah. So with Fortnite, what it is it's a lot more. You get a big update, but it's a lot more content in it. So like different game modes, more skins, more this, more that. Meanwhile, this is just like, the big update was just bug fixes
to fix one bug. Okay.
And it's like, if there are bug fixes to happen to Fortnite, either it'll happen instantaneously, or it'll happen with the big update if it so happens to overlap. So that's why Fortnite is like such a huge success. Not only is it like a fun game for kids to play, it's also really well handled by the people at Epic Games. So kudos to them. You guys are doing better than Apex, even though Apex is a superior game in almost like most facets besides the big one, because there's no new content. I can't hop into a game and play by myself. I can't go into a 60-person 1v1v1v1 times 60. I can't do that. I can't do duos with my buddy and have no other person with us. The battle pass sucks. The guns are like slightly unbalanced, like, because most of them are basically the exact same versions of themselves. Like the character abilities, some of them are super good, and like, I love character abilities, especially in this day and age, and especially with this game, because some of them are super cool. Like, you have people that are good at like zoning people and keeping them away from things. You have abilities that reward players for being like super good at what they do, like getting kills and getting like reward packages from it. You have characters who can track other characters. Then you have a character like Mirage who's so fucking stupid that no one can play him. I got my one win on him, and I got lucky. I barely use his abilities. His abilities are fucking useless. You're basically playing as a human being. So like, you're going up against people who throw gas at you, throw explosives at you, can track you down, heal up, zip line around like at the speed of sound, like fucking Spider-Man. But no, you want to play as Mirage? Don't play as Mirage. He's so bad and worthless. His decoy ability can only trick 5-year-olds or people who are just so distracted they don't know what they're doing. Like, that's what Mirage is, And I
Yeah.
fucking hate that character because it's like he is like a cool concept, a character that can run around and like deceive people with holograms. That's a cool idea, but you have to actually make it worth it.
In a small map. If something as big as like Apex or some that are huge, what you said, 60 people players on huge maps, you'd be running around stealth, hiding. Unless you're gonna be camping for 2 hours long, waiting for one person to walk, like, then you're just sitting there waiting. Like that'd be. I haven't played it yet, but I see exactly just by your description how ridiculous that would be.
Yeah, like, and it doesn't even work properly. One of the ultimate ability of Mirage is you go invisible and you have a bunch of decoys run out and try to distract you. It's like, okay, those decoys are a decent distraction, but the fact that you can still be seen while you're cloaked basically defeats the whole fucking purpose. You basically just told them, yeah, there are 8 of me. I was in the center of them. Now follow my ghost so you can kill me. That's so stupid. Like, I understand with Wraith, one of the other characters, she goes invisible and she runs because she's like a trans-dimensional skirmisher. That's her description. So you can still see her because it's a basic ability. So it's not overly broken where she can go stealth for 5 seconds and run away like scot-free. You can still see her if you want to track her down, and she has no defenses when she's running. Like, that's a good ability. Mirage has no good abilities. He's useless. So thank God I got both of what I needed from him. I got the damage and the season and the win to get my achievement, so I can get the fuck out. I'm tired. I'm no longer playing Gibraltar because Gibraltar's pretty fucking boring. And like the update wasn't good. I'm no longer playing Mirage because Mirage is fucking useless, and all of the other characters are pretty decent up to like a certain point where they're all playable and viable and fun. So, anyways, that's my rant on Apex.
I was gonna say, how did we get into that tangent again? I was talking about
Apex
updates.
Yeah, we were talking
Apex
about
updates.
The Apex update that didn't do anything except fix bugs and had no content whatsoever. So, that's fun. That's that. But anyways, the last thing that we have is, it's actually not. I don't have an article for it or anything. E3 is coming up, which is super exciting. Do you know what E3 is?
Yeah, I follow. I used to watch. Yeah, I know E3.
Yeah, so E3 is the giant gaming and entertainment expo. So
yeah,
I've heard from people that if you are a consumer and you're at E3, it fucking sucks. It's so crowded, you can't get anywhere. It's just not a fun time. If you're a content creator or developer or like anything like that, a Twitch streamer, you're going to have a blast because you're going to be like, hey, cool, I've flashed my pass, I'm going to go play some Cuphead. Or, hey, I'm going to flash my pass, I'm going to play the new Ori in the Blind Forest, or Ori in the Will of the Wisp, sorry. Like,
that happened with Electric Playground, EP Daily.
Yeah.
They would do something like that. I have no idea if it's still a show anymore.
Really?
I don't know.
But
yeah,
anyways,
do you know what show I'm talking about?
I don't think so.
It's kind of like, it's called Electric Playground. It's like news for like gaming content. It was a television show on G4 TV.
Gotcha.
Anyway.
But anyway, so there you go with that.
Well, do you know what? Let's become really good high up, and there we go. We'll start making views, and we'll just get in for free.
Yeah, exactly. So E3, I'm excited about because there's a ton of games that I'm looking forward to. Like, I had a list of games that I wanted to keep track of. Ori and the Will of the Wisp. Since I beat Ori in the Blind Forest, I'm definitely going to be looking for that. Death Stranding, the new Elder Scrolls game, Doom Eternal, because Doom 2K16 is one of my favorite games of all time because it was just a game where you could just be a demon-killing badass and you don't have to give a shit about what anyone else thinks. What else is there? Yeah, so there's a ton of games like that. I'm excited to see what they come up with. I think Sony and EA are not presenting for press conferences or anything like that, which is a weird thing to talk about. Yeah, they've pulled out, and I don't know what the reason is, but it seems like a really big marketing thing where it's like, we didn't show anything because we're going to be working on it a lot, and then we're going to wow everyone. That's my opinion, at least. I have no idea if it's right. Yeah, but it's an interesting tactic, but I'm excited to see what comes out from like Microsoft and Xbox, Gearbox software. All of those companies. Ubisoft, because they had I think they were teamed up with Google Stadia or something like that. But Ubisoft, I've lost all respect for their games. Far Cry 3 was your one good game, Ubisoft.
Wasn't Ubisoft? Didn't they co-create Uncharted? I know it was Naughty Dog, but didn't they co-create Uncharted?
I think it was Square.
I think so.
Let me check this real.
I don't remember. I could be wrong, but I know it's Naughty Dog was part of the creators.
Naughty Dog, Blue Point, and SIE.
Okay.
So, no. Let me look at Ubisoft games. So, the Assassin's Creed franchise, pretty lackluster. For Honor was pretty mediocre. Tom Clancy's the Division, I heard, was really shit. Tom Clancy's Rainbow Six was pretty decent from what I've heard.
Yeah, Rainbow Six was good.
Yeah, Watch Dogs, The Crew.
Watch Dogs, those were good.
I've heard The Crew.
I never played them, but that's what I've heard.
I've heard The Crew's meh. Rayman games are alright from what I've heard. Far Cry, the Far Cry series has been decent. Far Cry 3, easily the best one. I don't think anyone can tell me otherwise. Trials is pretty good. Oh, they came out with South Park: Stick of Truth. I'll give them that one.
So they did do a few good games then.
Yeah, South Park: Stick of
Truth. They're
not
complete garbage.
No, not complete garbage, but South Park.
Well, they are French. They are Canadian.
Yeah, unfortunately.
I know.
Ubisoft Montreal.
Is the company Canadian? Yeah, exactly. They have a company in Canada. Yeah, Montreal.
Yeah.
It's a Canadian company, but yeah.
Yeah, Ubisoft is just not the greatest. Ubisoft Montreal, yeah.
Yeah. Canadian content.
Yeah.
Gotta support it.
Yeah. Oh, with headquarters they have headquarters in France, so they're a French company.
Yeah, so Montreal makes sense.
Yeah, there you go. So
anyways, but yeah, as you were saying,
that's all the gaming news that I have for you today. There's probably going to be a lot more in the upcoming week, especially with E3 around the corner. Because it's June 11th through 13th. I might try to book days off and just be like, okay, time to watch all of the streams and just be like, all right, let's see what they have in store for us. Because I did that not last summer, but the summer before. I took my part on E3. With some of the games and stuff like that.
Yeah, on Fan Expo is going to be happening here soon too in Edmonton. Is it June or July? I think it's June. In Edmonton, it's what 19th to 21st or something like that.
What is it called again?
Fan Expo, and it's Comic-Con, but Edmonton's version is.
Fan Expo is August 22nd through August 25th. I know there's
way later than I thought it was.
Yeah, it's Edmonton Comic-Con, the Edmonton Expo, which is September 20th. Which I definitely want to go to again because that was fun going there.
Well, I'm gonna be in school.
Yeah, I know. Well, it's the beginning of the semester. You'll be able to sneak out.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, but anyways, let's get on to the next topic of discussion, which is Sonic the Hedgehog.
Sonic.
So I already had my anger about the fucking character. Yeah, that wasn't shown. Could maybe splice it in, but fucking Sonic the Hedgehog is getting fixed, Everything about him is awful. Everything about him is awful.
By now everyone has seen the trailer.
Yeah. According to IMDb, it has a 4.4 out of 10. This is not a joke. It literally has a 4.4 out of 10. I'm going to load this up.
It's higher than I thought it was.
Yeah, 4.4 out of 10.
I would expect it to be
that's Sonic 2013. Oh, that's why. It says look at this. There you go. Sonic the Hedgehog. Boom, 4.4 out of 10, which is it's going to be a lot lower than that. So,
well, as long as I don't know about it because the story of what it shows looks okay.
Yeah.
If ignore the terrible character design. Mm-hmm. If you look at what's going on and making Sonic I honestly don't know if it's canon with the games or not. If he's an alien, because that's what he kind of is. Because he says, "I'm here to save your planet" in the trailer.
Mm-hmm.
So the story of him showing up and having Jim Carrey's Eggman as being like they recruited him to stop Sonic or whatever, like making so the story the point from getting from point A to point B story wise looks okay. I even though there's still a 100 it's still like 80-20, I'd say 80% bad, 20% good.
Yeah, like, well, let's go take a look at the like to dislike ratio on the trailer. So it's 672,000 to 379,000. Like, just take a look at that. Like, that's how many people dislike it, and it's been watched 31 million times
because of
April 30th. Yeah, that's how fucked up this is. So, like, well, I disliked it. I fucking hated this trailer because it was just the worst. It's like they didn't even bother to try to make it Sonic. They just tried to make it. Like, it's just gross.
They totally just rushed the concept is what you can tell. Like, but the one thing I do like is the fact that within, 2 days after the trailer got launched, they were like, okay, we're going to do a character redesign. Like, and now it's getting pushed back completely.
Yeah.
How long is it getting pushed back for?
It said 2020 at least. Let me just check. Sonic the Hedgehog pushed back. So, which pushed back to 2020 due to character design changes.
No shit.
It said push. In one says push back like 3 months. Let's take a look at this. So one of them says push back 3 months. The other one says push back to 2020. Push back 3 months until February 2020. So I don't know which one is true. Let's just check this one. But anyway, okay, it's taking too long. Let's just not bother. So anyways, yeah. Okay, it just followed up. Taking a little more time to make Sonic just right, said Jeff Fowler. So, yeah, now it's pushed back to February 14th, 2020.
Yeah. They need to fix it.
Yep.
It's
just so
sad. Because I think the only thing that makes it look right is the fact that it's blue and he has red shoes.
Yeah, other than that, he's an abomination. He's a gross, disgusting disgrace of the Sonic franchise. And I'm not a huge, I'm not the biggest Sonic fan, but even though I'm still upset because, everyone's like, oh, video game movies always suck. And this is a perfect example of why. Even though we just had a great Pokemon movie. I loved that movie to death. I loved it more than Endgame because here's why.
I haven't seen it yet, but I haven't seen it yet, but the reviews haven't been as high.
Yeah. So here's why I loved it more than Endgame. Endgame built up a lot to that final fight. And we're allowed to talk about this. So 10 years. 10 years, and it was cool, but it was kind of like there were points where I was like scratching my head just being like, what the fuck is this? Like the female empowerment thing, like where all the female characters were helping out or whatever. I was like, okay, I'm not against
shoehorn in there.
Yeah, I'm not against female empowerment at all.
Yeah,
I'm not against I'm totally for women's rights. I'm totally for equality, all of that. I just thought it was completely stupid. Like, imagine if all the guys did it. I also think that would be completely stupid. I'm not going to be like, oh yeah, all of the guy characters did it, it was awesome, and all the women characters did it, was suck. This is not...
If it was a mix, it would make sense. Like, one character from the Guardians, one character from the Asgardians, or something like that, instead of just the women.
Yeah, exactly. So, hold on.
Especially Pepper. She just randomly showed up with having full control of an Iron Man suit. With the only time she had ever really worn one was Iron Man 3, and she was and it was just to protect, and then they just repped to protect. I don't remember which character because Iron Man 3 was terrible, but
I thought it was Captain.
Was it Tony?
It was Spider-Man. I think it was Spider-Man.
It couldn't have been because Spider-Man wasn't in Iron Man 3. It was because
Iron
he
Man
did get
3.
injured.
I'm totally not paying attention. I thought they were like, okay, sorry, I never watched
No.
Iron Man 3.
So yeah, don't worry, it's not that good.
Yeah, I can imagine.
Um,
But
yeah.
anyways,
Okay, go on to Pikachu. I guess.
like I just want to say this. This is basically a Ghostbusters 2016 version where it's not stupid because it's all female characters. It was stupid because it was poorly written and executed. That's why it's stupid. That's why that scene is stupid. The other thing that kind of like kind of made me go like, huh, what is this? Is Captain America being able to wield the hammer. Like that.
No, you're wrong.
Am I wrong? Okay, so I thought it was so fucking cool. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
I loved it.
Yeah.
I just
It's
don't
dope.
understand. I just don't understand how it happened. Like, why is he able to wield the hammer?
I'll explain this later because I can go into a full thing, but we don't have time for me to explain it.
Is it because of the Tesseract?
No, it's because technically, basically, the main theory is that in Age of Ultron, when he like slightly lifts it and it like budges,
Yeah.
is that Captain America doesn't actually lift it to not like quote unquote embarrass Thor.
Yeah.
Because like you see the expression on Thor's face when it slightly moves,
Mhm.
it's more of Captain America like not like purposely not lifting it up.
Really?
So that's the big payoff in Endgame when it's like, yeah, I could do this the entire time.
Yeah. Okay.
Especially since, and then how Vision lifts it in Age of Ultron. Like, I can go into there. He does lift it in the comics too. So it's a big like payoff moment. So, give me like a little bit more time and go into a rant and I can explain it, but I'm not going to because that's going to take a lot of time.
Yeah. But anyways, yeah, that was super cool. So let's move on to the Pokemon movie.
Yeah.
Well, actually, before, let me go back to Avengers. It's 2 hours of build up for a fight that I just didn't think was worth it. An ending that was like kind of tear jerking, but I was just like, okay, someone had to die anyways. Like some of the death scenes were pretty dumb. It's like the time travel mechanic I thought was really stupid. Like it was like the only thing that could have been done, but it was like for me it kind of just seemed like a last ditch effort. But anyways, let's move on to the Pokemon movie. The Pokemon movie was excellent because it was simple.
You're making me bite my tongue. I haven't seen Pokemon because I'm waiting till it comes out on DVD to rent it.
Or Netflix.
Or Netflix, yeah.
So here's what I loved about the Pokemon movie.
So,
first off, it was so well animated. It was so good. There were like never really any points that were like, this is fake. This does not look like real life. This does not look like exactly right. Like everything was super, super well done. It was awesome to see all the Pokemon come to life. Like you can ask my girlfriend. I was like a little kid. I was like pointing. I was like, oh, look, it's a Machamp, Snorlax. Oh, look, a Jigglypuff. Like things like that, right? And I was like freaking out at all of the Pokemon, especially new ones that weren't in the trailer, like, and some of the awesome ones like that. So there were all of those awesome moments, and the story, while cliche and a little bit easy to read, was simplistic enough that a kid could watch it. So it was really well executed in that regard. I was like,
okay,
if I was a little kid... Sorry.
Oh, go ahead, sorry.
No, go ahead.
I was going to say, how was Ryan Reynolds as Pikachu, though?
Really good. And it makes sense. It's not like they just picked him for no reason. They're like, oh yeah, we're just going to pick Ryan Reynolds because, Deadpool in a Pikachu's body. Huh, that's funny. No, it makes sense with the story. Like, he's hilarious, he's good, and then it makes sense in the end. And it was so good. And it made sense, and I was like, oh, wow. That was cool. Like,
I'll throw my 2 cents in more when I actually see it.
Mm-hmm. Like, that's what I thought about Pokemon, like Detective Pikachu, because it was like, everything made sense, and the only little, like, quips that I had about it were not enough Pokemon. Like, out of the 700 different species, they picked, like, 50 to 100, something like that. I was hoping for a lot more, but considering the tireless job that these animators had to do...
I was going to say, that's going to take a lot of effort.
I'm happy with what we got. of course, it just leaves me wanting more, and that's what I loved about it. Endgame, I was just like, cool, it's done.
Well,
that's it.
It's because it is the end game, so they're completely different styles of movies, though. Like this is the very first live, quote unquote, live action Pokemon movie that has ever been made, and Endgame was the end of a 10-year era of comic book movies that started with Iron Man in 2008. So to compare them, what does that say? That's super blurry.
Nothing.
Razer?
It says 45. It says 45 minutes in.
Oh, okay. But you can't really compare, even though they came out around the same time and they're both major genre movies and everything. You can't compare them. They're completely different styles of movie. Like, I guess you can compare them if you wanted to, like you just did. But yeah, I
will agree that they are two different styles of movies, right? But I think it was just executed way better in Pokemon.
Yeah, you're also a bigger Pokemon fan than I am, and I'm a bigger Marvel fan than you are.
Yeah,
so.
Exactly. So
yeah,
I bought, we were at Hot Topic and we saw the Pokemon shirt. So one of the characters had this white shirt on and had basically a cool Pokemon design in the middle. I saw that shirt in Hot Topic and I went after the movie and I was like, I have to get it. So it was 10 minutes before the mall closed. We ran to Hot Topic to get me that shirt. That's how much of a fan I am of this movie. And I wear that shirt proudly. I will wear it with my fall brown jacket that I have on my Instagram picture. I love it. I absolutely love it. Okay.
Well, sorry. Yeah, let's go into because I still want to. Let's go watch this trailer now. Since instead of considering now that we've talked about 3 other things that we weren't even supposed to talk about.
Yeah. Welcome to our podcast. Okay, so we're gonna look at the Terminator Dark Fate official teaser trailer 2019, Paramount Pictures. So let me just load this up, and we're gonna get into it right now. So we're gonna just.
This is the first time officially watching it for both of us. So
yeah, so we're gonna mute our microphones, and we will get right into it.
Okay, tell me when.
Two days ago, I had this nice, simple life. And now it's a nightmare.
If travel is searching and home has been found, I'm not stopping.
Who are you?
My name is Sarah Connor. Never seen one like you before. Almost human.
I am human. Why do you care what happens to her?
Because I was her.
How do we win? We win by keeping you alive.
I'm going hunting.
That looks dope.
So yeah, I thought that was cool. So I saw Arnold Schwarzenegger at the very like at the minute mark, and that made me super happy because Arnold Schwarzenegger is awesome.
First thing I was like, James Cameron's back, and TJ Miller.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's gonna be dope. This definitely looks better than the Terminator. Which one was Revelations or whatever it was? The one with Amelia. Yes, yeah, the one with Amelia Clark. That wasn't that great.
Yeah,
but
you go first.
Okay, go ahead.
You go first.
This is the style of movies that I like, that I want to eventually direct. Like, they brought back the I could be wrong here, but I think it's T-2000 from Terminator 2, T2, I think. The shape-shifting and everything, like, that looks crazy good with the modern technologies and everything. And like the fact that they brought in Sarah Connor into this trailer, like, anyway, you're fucking ridiculous. Like, I don't often spend my money going to movies because I don't like spending my money, but I think I'm probably gonna go see it.
Yeah.
Like, this looks sick. Like, it definitely looks, yeah, like you said, especially the fact that they brought Arnold back again.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's dope.
And I never really watched the Terminators like at all, but the one thing that turned me off about this, and this is just me being picky, was that very end fight scene where you hear like her hit the Terminator or whatever with the hammer or whatever, like, and you hear that boink, like the slime sound effect. That turned me off a little bit. I'm like, that's not cool. It should be metal. But other than that, I thought the trailer was really, really cool. It was like ominous enough, and it doesn't tell like enough story, so it's like I kind of want to know more. That looks sick. I need to watch the rest of the Terminators first, then I'll go see this one.
Yeah, see, I think Terminator 2 was like the first like adult like scary movie, kind of. Yeah, I guess it counts as a scary movie that I remember watching as a kid.
Yeah,
like, because it's not obviously not a horror, but it's definitely scary enough to have like a giant monster, like robot, coming after you, to be, because that's, yeah, it came out. Oh, it would have. I don't remember the year it came out, but I remember watching it probably when I was, I want to say 7 or 8.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and like, so those movies have been badass for years, and yeah, exactly. Especially compared to the one that I said there with Amelia Clark, when it's just like the skin of Arnold, the younger version. It's such a weird concept with that previous one. This one looks like, go back to what I was saying about like Sonic there. This goes back to, it looks like it actually has a good story to it too. Like, it's not just shooting guns. Like, of course that's what it is, shooting guns and explosions, but like, especially the point where she said, like, you look like the most human I've ever seen, and then she goes, I am human. It's like, wait, what?
So are they putting human brains into Terminator bodies? Like,
yeah,
I have no
I don't know. Yeah, it looks really good. I'm gonna go see it for sure.
Yeah, I am looking forward to the comprehensive review afterwards. Do you know when it comes out?
Did it say?
I don't think so. Terminator Dark Fate release date, October 31st, 2019. So Halloween. So you're gonna go in costume then?
I don't know. I haven't decided my Halloween costume this year yet.
We've already decided ours. We're going as Pokemon trainers.
Oh,
dude, it's from Pokemon Let's Go. Let's Go Eevee.
No, let's go. No, move on. We're not talking about this.
I like Pokemon. Anyways, we're gonna talk about Game of Thrones as our last topic of discussion. So I'll let Davis start off this one. What did you think of the season 8?
So I've been watching Game of Thrones since it came out in 2011. And I definitely agree with the universal, pretty well universal, that season 5 and 6 were like the weakest seasons, I guess. Um, but for this season of season 8, like you can 100% tell that it was rushed. They built so much up to it. It was supposed to be super crazy. I hated the fact that episode 3 was like, okay, wait, rephrase that. I visually, like as a consumer, I hated the fact that episode 3 was so dark you could barely see anything. Like I tried watching it on 3 different, like my computer, my TV, and my phone to try to see what has the best clarity to actually see it. I as a consumer, I didn't like it, but as like someone who wants to make movies and understands the idea behind it, I understand why they made it so dark, to show the dark night, to show the experience from the characters' perspectives and everything. But then, so I still liked episode 3. Episode 4 was just, it's not that often that Game of Thrones has filler episodes, but that was basically just a filler episode. And that was the one that had the Starbucks mistake that everyone has seen by now.
Yeah.
But and again, and then 5, just Daenerys just losing her mind. Even like I kept on going over in my mind the quote from Tyrion saying, "You don't want to be Queen of the Ashes" in season 7, and then she just fucking destroys everything anyway.
Yeah.
Like what the hell?
Yeah.
And then like I thought it looked cool, like the battle was gonna be good, and then Grey Worm just going and like attacking again, even though they surrendered anyway, and like the Golden Company doing absolutely nothing. Like there was no fight at all with the Golden Company. Like they were hyped at the end of season 7. Like, and then Queen Cersei and Jaime just dying by getting buried by rubble. Like that was not a satisfying ending. I think the only thing that was, I guess, kind of fan service that was actually good about that episode 5 was the Clegane Bowl, like the Mountain versus the Hound. That was pretty good because it was kind of like showing how invulnerable the Mountain actually is, but then and the Hound still facing his fear of fire to defeat him. That was good. There's a few other kind of positives throughout the show, like Arya defeating the Night King. Like I didn't see that coming. Like the little subtleties of like Brienne getting knighted.
That was a tearjerker for me.
I liked Tormund's story about drinking giant milk, and that's how he became so strong. So there was a little subtleties. It's not, in my opinion, it wasn't as bad as the internet has portrayed it, of like rewriting the entire season and everything.
Yep.
But it's definitely not as good as what the show should have been.
Yeah, I can totally agree to that. Like, I'm on the fence about rewriting the entire season because I thought season 8, episode 3 had to be like one of the weaker episodes because like of the entire season, or the entire series even. Like because the big thing was like the huge battle. You didn't see most of it. Like it was covered up by like the fog or whatever. And then like the fact that they built up the Night King to be so much. I'm going to like start copying Angry Joe because I watched a little bit of his video. So the thing that Angry Joe said was like, you built up the Night Walker or the Night King to be such a big enemy, to be like this badass thing. And to have no repercussions for like killing him or anything, or like he was kind of just like a minor road bump. And that was it. There were no long-lasting effects of other than people dying, which happens anyways.
No maiden character died anyway.
Yeah, like you saw all these side characters die. Like you saw
like Ed died.
Yeah. like
and Lady Mormont.
and Theon Greyjoy.
Yeah, right.
Theon was like the saddest death because he went from being a dick to being a little bitch to being a badass.
Dick again.
That was so cool to see Theon Greyjoy give his life for Bran to like complete his character arc of I was a terrible person, now I've become a good person, now I've become like an honored person and a memorable character. That was so fucking cool. That was so well written. Arya killing the Night King was not well written, and here's why. Jon should have gotten the battle because it was so built up, like, Jon has to do this. Jon has to stop this. Jon has to do this. And they built it up. They built it up. And then Jon got hit with, it's like, 2 giant roadblocks, and he overcame one of them, but he didn't overcome the other one. So Arya kills the Night King. Like, Arya has almost no connection to the Night King.
Yeah,
none.
Exactly.
So why the fuck is she getting the honor of killing him? Like, it makes sense logic-wise. It doesn't make sense story-wise. That's what pissed me off about it.
Yeah.
And what else pissed me off?
Wait, give me some positives first.
Give the positives. Like,
because
Brienne getting knighted, that was super cool.
Yeah.
The fact that Arya has her priorities straight by wanting to get laid before they go into battle. Like,
yes.
That
finally.
Was it felt weird because it was like watching from season 1, she's a child in season 1.
Yeah.
And it's like I'm watching that, I'm just like, I feel bad. This feels like child pornography. I'm just gonna like turn away.
I know. I after that episode aired, I googled to see how old she even was. I wasn't sure if she was even old enough. But apparently she's 21.
Yeah, she's 21. Yeah.
Yeah.
She's fairly old, yeah, which is surprising. But seeing her being a badass was cool. Let's move on to other parts. Let's move on to other episodes. Some episodes were just a bunch of like talking filler garbage, and I was just like, just get to the fucking fight already. Like, I get the build up, but it's not good enough build up, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And it wasn't meaningful. After the fight, it was like, okay, now what? Cersei goes mad, which is a giant piss off in and of itself. Like, Cersei goes...
Cersei?
Not Cersei, sorry. Daenerys.
Daenerys.
Daenerys, sorry.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I'm like, Cersei's always been mad.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Daenerys goes mad with power and is like, let me just destroy this entire city for no reason. Like, I want to rule this kingdom, but I also don't at the same time. So there, like, that was pretty stupid, and the like fact, like, she has that loyal band of followers, but the fact that the like Jon Snow's house decided to go along with it just because they want to pillage and get back what they had, it was pretty ridiculous to me.
On that note, I did see interviews with David Benioff and D.B. Weiss talking about what George R. R. Martin was originally writing. They wanted to kind of show like that war is not evil versus good. Like, anyone could be like mixed in that.
Yeah.
And like, especially the point like in that episode 5, when they're attacking again, and Jon had to kill his own man because he was going to go rape a girl. Like, because like that's just how the men's mind works apparently. Like.
So it's like a human nature kind of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, in the craziness of war.
Yeah. And I thought that was all right, but still, I don't know. I just didn't enjoy it too much. And then seeing like all of those people like burn alive and stuff like that, it was like pretty dumb.
Yeah.
Seeing Cersei die the way she did.
Yeah.
So fucking stupid. It's
so frustrating.
It's kind of logical, but it's also really dumb. I would have rather she got eaten by the dragon in a second than have that happen to her. She should not have been with Jaime. Jaime's too good for Cersei. Sorry, dude. I'm not incest is not wincest in this case, okay? That is not okay. Incest is never wincest, by the way, but you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
That's so not okay, because Cersei does not deserve to die with her lover. She deserves to die alone. If Jaime and Cersei were you know what would have made that scene even better? Imagine this. Imagine, like, she's going down, and she's like, where do I go? Oh, let me go out through this tunnel. So she goes out through the tunnel, like, panicked, and she sees Jamie on the entrance of the tunnel, like, walking in, and they see each other, and then everything starts crumbling down, and they, like, maybe there's a little bit of rubble in between them, and they try to, like, start running towards each other, then one of them gets crushed, and then the other one gets crushed. Imagine Jamie gets crushed first, and then Cersei gets crushed after. Like, there's a 2 minutes that Cersei's alive.
Instead of in each other's, instead of in each other's arms or whatever.
Yeah. So she gets the poetic justice of she doesn't get to say or do anything with her lover for the final time. She gets to die unhappily because she's a bitch of a queen. That would have been poetic justice. That would have made that so much better. But no, what we got was a shallow piece of shit death that was so bad that I just was like, what the fuck? It probably made me as angry as watching that Matt Damon movie where they're miniatures. Hold on, let me fucking find this movie.
Oh, Downsizing.
Downsizing. Fuck, I hate that movie so much. It was garbage.
I couldn't get through the whole thing.
Like, I sat there in the theater because I was like, I'm not wasting money. I literally would take my hat off and I'd throw it on the ground. I was that pissed off. And my buddy Keith, who was right next to me, he's like, dude, calm down. It's fine. I'm like, no, it's not fine. Are you fucking watching this? Matt Damon is better than this.
Yeah.
This is such garbage. But, like, that's what Cersei and George R.R. Martin and HBO did to me.
Not George R.R. Martin.
Okay, not George R.R. Martin, but
because he's already been stating that
he's disappointed.
The books don't end that way.
Good. I would hope so. And
because they've been ahead of the book since season 6, I think.
And what did they say? They said like George R.R. Martin was disappointed. He was like,
I don't know.
He was like disappointed in how the season was, and I can definitely understand because A, it was rushed, and B, it was shit.
Yeah.
Like
I did. So I think my biggest definitely my biggest confusion is how there are any Dothraki alive. They sent all the Dothraki in against the whites with the flaming swords. All the lights turned, all of the flames went out. But the only person you see return from that charge is Jorah, which he shouldn't have survived anyway. And then the episode later, there's still hundreds, if not thousands, of the Dothraki alive and charging then attacking King's Landing.
Yeah.
Like, how are there still Dothraki alive? They all should have been dead.
Yeah,
it makes no sense.
They all should have been dead. But yeah, that didn't make sense. And the final episode with something that did make sense. Here's a positive. Bran should definitely be king. He doesn't want to be king, but he's the best king because he is so fucking impartial. He knows what's best for man.
As long as people don't manipulate him.
He does not have a personal agenda, but I don't think he can be manipulated. He's like clairvoyant beyond any extreme.
Yeah, but the only thing with that is the fact that I guess there's a good mix of people on the council. So Sam and Bronn and Tyrion, like there's a good amount of people. So it's not going to be too one-sided where they're going to be like start fucking everything up overall from the get-go. Like it might.
So everyone was like, no, Bran should not be king. No, Bran should be king. Everyone's like, Sansa should be king. It's like, no, Sansa should, or not king, queen. It's like, no, Sansa can be queen of the North. That she gets what she wanted.
I liked that they did that. But then my question on that then is, would Yara still get her independence for the Iron Islands? Because in season 7, when they shake hands like Daenerys and Yara for her independence, now does she still get the Iron Islands still get their independence?
Yeah, that's true.
Because she agreed that Bran will be king, so is she gonna be ruled? Oh yeah, so she's technically still ruled by the 6 kingdoms, and then the North is their only one independent. So the fact that she was like agreed Like it just completely fucked that over altogether.
Mm-hmm. So,
Like
what's gonna happen there? Like I feel like they didn't tie up some loose ends in that regard. So
yeah, I did like that John got to go back with Ghost.
yeah, that was cool.
That was a good moment.
Seeing
That was
Ghost,
cute.
there's like a
Missing
video.
an ear.
Yeah, there's a video online showing like what like a fake ending that was like where all the characters go, and it's like they've had one for Ghost, and all it said for Ghost was still a good boy that got lots of pets. So that's all I care about. Ghost is so happy.
Yeah, he's a good puppers.
Even David Spade had something to say about this. He was posting on his Instagram. He was like, "All right, Game of Thrones, yeah, that sucked." Like, and like they were talking. He was talking about it. So there's that. Everyone's up in arms about it. I'm not surprised that there's a petition to rewrite. I would be surprised if it went through.
Yeah, that's not gonna happen.
No, not.
When I tweeted on that, I commented a tweet on that saying the people that are signing this petition to get Game of Thrones rewritten have no idea how much money, time, and effort requires to make a show, especially a show like Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
Like the amount of millions of dollars it would have made, it would have cost to make just episode 3 and 5, like
Alone.
ridiculous. Yeah.
All of
So
the
there's
CG,
there's no way.
all of that CG, all of the actors again because they'd have to find them, all of
Costumes
the
and
costumes,
set dressing
weapons,
and
all of this shit. Like people don't realize how much that is, but like what was I looking at?
considering season 1, season 1 and 2 were an average of 10 million an episode, and season 6 and up were an average of 30 million an episode. Like
yeah, 30 million an episode. Like to put things in perspective, the Ghostbusters 2016 movie, I quickly quickly got a glance of it when we looked at it, was $144 million. Like that. That's the budget. That's the budget. And it's like, yeah, that shit of a movie got $144 million. Imagine Game of Thrones with all of the fans that are backing up.
And then to flip that on the other side, Deadpool was only a $25 million movie, if I remember correctly, something like that. And that movie was crazy good. Like so that's just saying like you don't need necessarily need the money. You don't need a huge budget to make a good movie. You just need good writers, which it kind of sucks. The writers of Game of Thrones are getting shit on so badly. Like,
so I just found it. So the average budget for Deadpool was $58 million.
Okay, so
US
off by half.
Yeah, and it made in the box office $783 million. So you can see that. Let's take a look at the budget or Ghostbusters 2016 budget. It was $144 million, and it box office $229.
Oh, so just barely.
Just barely. Let's look at Endgame.
It still made $60 million. Endgame is at 356. Endgame is last I looked it was 1.3 billion. And it cost 600 million to make it last time I remember.
The Wikipedia says $356 million US, and the total amount of money earned so far is 1.2 billion.
Yeah.
Which is not surprising. Let's see how much Black Panther made. Black Panther made 1.3 billion as of May 22nd, 2018, with a $200 million budget. So that just shows how well storytelling goes. Let's
having Marvel behind you. DC.
Yeah. So let's take a look at this. Season 8 of Game of Thrones is shaping up to be its most expensive yet, with each of its final episodes costing HBO at least $15 million each.
Yeah.
And how much did it gross? Yeah.
Let's see if I can figure
harder
to calculate.
Yeah. 15
'Cause
minutes
it's
and
not-
90 million an episode, or 90 million for the entire season.
Ooh.
About around 300 million to 400 million dollars, which is pretty good.
Still, well, that's fucking crazy for a TV show, especially.
Yeah.
But
Sorry.
anyway, we should probably start wrapping this up.
Yeah. Sorry, I
We've been-
looked a little bit lower because you need to purchase at least 3 months to watch it. 900 million to 1.2 billion.
Okay. Yeah,
Yeah.
there you go. Yeah.
Apparently, yeah. So that's
They're making money.
yeah. So anyways, that's gonna conclude the stream. This has easily been the longest podcast episode, but it's
Yeah.
fucking deserved after the bullshit
Well,
that we went through with Discord. So
Oh my god.
speaking of Discord, we have a public Discord server. It's called Gamers Home. It's where we chill out, we hang out, we like talk a little bit. So if you guys would like, we'll leave it in the description. If you guys want to join, if not, totally cool. I'm gonna leave one link right now in the Twitch chat, just for anyone watching right now. So we'll load that up. Moral of the story, kids, don't use video call on Discord. Fucking use Facebook Messenger, because clearly it's way better. I've only heard you glitch out twice, and that was for like 3 seconds, and then you were back on track. That was it.
Nice. No, I just want to throw in there, before we're completely end, because my computer's terrible. It took all night to render. I have a top 10 biggest oh my god moments from Game of Thrones now that the show is officially over. I'm going to be posting it on the Multimedia Madness YouTube channel probably later tonight. Yeah, by later tonight, so that's going to be up a little bit. And then hopefully by sometime next week, hopefully I'll have it done by Tuesday next week. I'll have the second half of that video done as well.
Well, that sounds awesome. Definitely gonna have to watch that. I'm gonna try to make some lists. One of the lists that I want to make is my top Call of Duty maps for zombies, because I love zombies, and we're talking about making this map with one of my buddies of mine, so might be making that and a bunch of other content. So
yeah, both of us are going to be adding content to this channel individually, not so it's not just the podcast anymore.
Yeah,
we're trying to build it up a little bit, so hopefully we're going to have more than just one video a month.
Yeah, exactly. We're going to try to get a little bit more in there. Maybe we'll do a let's play with Davis playing Apex Legends for the first time.
Yeah, or
would
something
be a
like
lot of
that.
fun. Yeah.
I was thinking about that.
Maybe we'll do a couch co-op game, and he can come down and see see how it is down south.
Down in Beaumont.
Down in Beaumont, exactly.
Cool. Yeah, well, exactly. We're gonna have more content coming out, especially this summer.
Yeah.
By September hits, I have no idea. That's gonna be play by ear, but hopefully it's gonna be good.
Yeah.
We're gonna keep content going here, boys.
Hell yeah. Now that I figured out what the fuck is wrong, I can stream again. So this summer, like, maybe I'll get back into streaming a little bit, you know. So it'll be a good time.
But yeah, hopefully you guys liked it. You know what to do on YouTube and Twitter and Twitch and all that jazz.
Smash the like button with your
Smash
foreheads.
the like button. Yeah, exactly. So hopefully share out their content to people that like gaming, TV shows, movies, anything like that. Let us know. Show us some love here, guys.
Yeah. The new albums came out. The new HER album came out super hot. Just wanted to say, because we didn't never really talk about music. New HER album, super good. Map of the Soul Persona, the new BTS album, super good. So check those out. Anyways.
Okay.
Bye guys.